Assalamu alaikum and welcome to all of you. This lecture is about the aspects or elements of novel. So, the novel is the most popular literary form of literature, and they are works of fiction written in prose and are usually at least 150 to 200 pages long. However, this is not a strict rule that a novel should be about of this range. It varies from novelist to novelist or writer to writer, and some are short novels and some of the novels they are very lengthy and about several hundred pages. A great novel often seems to describe an entire society, creating a vivid image of the relationship and raise questions of personal identity, social responsibility, and moral virtue. So, elements of novel are what are the aspects or what are the ingredients of a typical novel. They are plot, story, setting, characters, characterizations, dialogue, conflict, tone, theme, mood, motive, style, and climax. They are some of the prominent ingredients or elements of a typical novel. A plot is a narrative of events. The emphasis is always falling on causality. What were the causes of events or narratives are an issue, a problem. So, a writer, a novelist, first of all, he thinks about the plot. The plot means the reasons and causes of an event or a problem. Let's take an example. The king died and then the queen died of grief. This is plot. The queen died and no one knew why. It was through grief at the death of the king. So the cause of the death of the queen is the death of the king. The queen died of grief. So that grief is actually the cause and that can be linked with plot. Plot demands intelligence, memory, and mystery. Plot is the series of related events in a story or play, sometimes called the storyline. The relevant terms with plot are climax, exposition, resolution, setting, characters, theme, tone, and etc. Plot, again, we will keep it continue this discussion. Resolution is the settlement of the problems at the end of the story. This is also a part of the plot. The rising action takes place before the turning point, that is, after or at the time of crisis. The action after the turning point is called falling action. The action leads to the resolution or to the settlement of the issue, and it might be happy ending or unhappy ending. It depends on the nature and the style of a novelist. Story. The backbone of a novel has to be a story. Story is a narrative of events arranged in their time sequence. In a story, we say and then, and then, and then. So, one event, then another event, then in another event. This is the sequence of a story. However, in a plot, we always say why. And this is the basic difference between a story and plot. Setting. The time and location in which a story takes place is called setting of that novel. Setting is used to create conflict. A character is in conflict with some element of a setting. The setting helps to create atmosphere or mood. So, the two most important elements of settings are time, when an incident or an event takes place, and where it takes place. Character and characterization. The first condition of an author's popularity is the law with which he or she treats his or her characters. A novelist can tell us about his or her characters by describing how the character looks and dresses. That is, the description of the character. A character is an individual with human traits, even if the character is an animal. So, a novelist, he has to provide human characters or human features to a character. Through characterization, a writer reveals the personality of a character. How? By telling directly what the character is like, suppose generous, aggressive, psycho, and so on. The speaking and dialogue of the characters' private thoughts and feelings, the character's effects on other characters, how other characters feels or behave towards the character, and by showing the character in action. The first method is called direct characterizations, and the other five methods of revealing a characters as mentioned above, this is called indirect characterizations. The readers or viewers exercise their own judgment, putting clues together to infer what a character is like, just as we do in our real life. Now, the characters might be static, dynamic, flat, and round. Static character does not change much in the course of a story. However, a dynamic character changes in some important ways as a result of story's actions or other events. Now, the characters can be protagonist and antagonist. Protagonist is the main character in the story, and in simple terms, we called him a hero. Most Victorian novels focus on a protagonist whose efforts to define his or her place in society is the main concern of the plot. Antagonist is the opponent of the protagonist. In simple terms, he is called a negative character or a villain. Climax. Climax is the turning point of the action in the plot of a play or a story in the novel. The climax represents the point of greatest tension in the work. Style. Every novelist, he or she has a unique style, and the distinctive way in which a writer uses language, or simple language or figurative language, so then the style of a novelist can be classified accordingly. Style can be plain, metaphorical, descriptive, and is determined by such factors as sentence length and complexity, syntax, use of figurative language, and imagery. Conflict. Conflict is a struggle of the opposing forces in a story of the novel, and this conflict may occur between the two characters, a character versus nature, character versus supernatural, characters versus society, and a character versus self. So a character is always is in conflict with some force. Mood. The feeling, excitement, anger, happiness the writer creates for the reader is in fact called a mood. The created feelings are through dialogues, imagery, figurative language, setting, and rhythm. The emotions of characters aroused as a result of events. This is the mood in a novel. Tone and tenor. A writer's attitudes towards a subject, characters, and audience is called tone of the novel. Tone is revealed by word choice: optimistic, pessimistic, sarcastic, playful, or loving. The tone can be formal, informal, serious, playful, bitter, and comic. Tenor is the drift of something spoken or written. Theme is a very important ingredient or element of a novel. This is in fact the insight about human life revealed in a novel. Themes are rarely stated directly in a literary work. The readers have to infer them after their studying of a novel. A statement a writer wants to make about the subject is called a theme. Most of the themes are complex enough, they require a detailed analysis. Motif. A recurring word, phrase, image, object, or action in a piece of literature. It contributes to the theme and ultimately to the reader's understanding. Point of view. The vantage point from which the writer tells a story is called a viewpoint or a point of view. It can be in first person, third person, limited, omniscient, and objective. In first person, one of the characters tells the story. In the third person, limited, an unknown narrator tells us the story of the novel. In the objective point of view, a narrator who is totally impersonal and objective tells the readers about the story and other developments of the novel. The objective point of view is like the point of view of a movie camera through which we can see or we are told about the events and the other situations. Dialogue. The directly quoted words of people are characters speaking to one another. Writers use dialogue to advance plot and develop characters. When one character speaks to one or more listeners whose response is not known, this is called then a monologue. Narration. Narratology is in fact the systematic study of narratives. So in narratology we study the narratives and the style of the narratives. Then another term is narratee, the figure to whom a story is told. So in other words, all the readers, they are called the narratees. Narrative is an account of factual or fictional events told by a narrator. That is called a narrative. Narrator, the voice that recounts or the voice that tells us a story is called a narrator. Then another approach, another question which might come to us is how to analyze a novel. So, remembering the arguments for the factual details and evidence from the novels, this is very, very important to analyze the story, the plot, the theme, the characters of a novel, and a close reading for critical and theoretical analysis is very, very important for the understanding of a novel. Reading and highlighting the main points. In this respect, the teachers, the professors, the researchers, they are in fact great sources of inspiration and analysis. The main focus should always be on theme, characters, and dialogues. So we can extract the sense of a novel from its theme, from the dialogue of the characters and their actions, and the situation or the events. The analysis should be started with an introduction, explanation, and then at the end it should be concluded. The conclusion should leave the audience understanding in a new light. So they must get a new point about the novel or about the analysis of the novel. Dear learners and students, this was a brief introduction about the aspects or elements or ingredients of a novel. Now there is an activity for you. You can select a novel that you have read recently and then you can write about its number one title, author or novelist, characters, setting, plot, theme, and climax. And this is very important to start with title, then the name of the novelist, then the characters, the main characters, they should come first, and then the rest of the elements of a novel. These are certain references. You can refer to them for further reading. We will keep continue this series. This lecture was about the aspects or elements of the novels. The following lectures would be what is a novel, what are the various types of the novels, the historical perspectives, and why and how the novel was introduced in the literature. Thank you very much for your kind attention.